Hello everyone and welcome to BFW 2.01. This is pre-class activity number 4. And pre-class activity number 4 is dealing with week 7 and week 8. So on week 7, we take the single loan risk. And in week 8, we are discussing the portfolio risk of the bank loans. In week 7, if you remember, one of the most important issues is the credit scoring. And credit scoring is a big system now, conducted either by the banks or by other agencies who are outsourced to do this credit scoring for individuals, SMEs, and mostly for personal loans and for SME loans. In week 8, we talked about, and we will cover this tutorial of this week for the portfolio risk and its models. Now, the way I divided this pre-class activity to cover the credit risk in these 2 weeks, so the activity is 7 questions. The first 6 questions is dealing with the portfolio risk. I brought you the biggest bank and 5 big countries in this area of the world. First, I start with Malaysia. Malaysia, we have the top bank here is Public Bank. Now, this in China and in Indonesia, we have RTB, and we have in China Industrial and Commercial Bank. We have DPS in Singapore, and we have National Australian Bank in Australia. So this is actually a representation of this area of the world, and actually maybe a representation of the world, because most of the growth now here in Asia. Now, the most important thing in the first 6 questions is that banks actually are rating themselves. And we have 3 big rating agencies, namely Fitch, Standard & Poor's, and Moody's. Now, the data I take and the 5 Excel files I took from Fitch Connect, which is actually belongs to this agency, Fitch Corporation. Now, Fitch Solutions, they call it Fitch Solutions through this Fitch agency. And the purpose is to see how the corporation actually the bank is rated, and according, of course, to its credit risk. So the portfolio is connected here, and I choose the years 20 and 21, and I wanted to see how the credit quality has changed over those 2 years. And the other thing is whether there is a change in the portfolio, which means the gross loans and also the total assets over all those years. This is one issue which I want you to look at, and I will show you about it. The second issue is actually the credit scoring. Now, credit scoring, as I told you, it is for individuals, for personal loans, for SMEs, and also for corporations. For corporations, we already talked about it in the class. When we bring Eltmans and other type of models, we are talking actually about the credit scoring through the balance sheet. But when we talk about personal loans and SMEs, we have a credit scoring provided by those agencies, by small vendors and agencies also. In Malaysia, we have 2. In the US, we have almost 3 or 4 famous ones. And in every country, we'll have some of those. Now, the credit scoring can be done by the bank or can be done by those agencies, which is some of them are local agencies. Now, remember, please, for example, here's STAOS, S-T-A-O-S. If you want to take a loan from a bank, the bank will ask for a report about you. And this report is based on your history of transaction and lending and borrowing and all these things. They will do the same for SMEs. Of course, the bank then, they will have their own process before approving or disapproving the loan. Credit scoring is used for banks and also used for other suppliers who sell cars or houses or whatever. Now, the problem is with the credit scoring, the current credit scoring, especially when we talk about personal loans and the SMEs, we have groups who are disadvantaged from this system. The first group is you, this Z generation, because if you go now and you apply for credit card or apply for personal loan or even a student loan, you don't have history of transaction. It doesn't mean you don't qualify for the loan. It's just the credit scoring, need some history to say whether you are defaulted before, not defaulted before, and how was your transactions and dealing with other banks through the history. Without history, you have a problem. And Asia, developing countries, we have also another big problem, which is women entrepreneurs who own SMEs. This is a gap of financing of around $1.7 trillion. This group of women entrepreneurs cannot actually get loans for the SMEs and for their projects simply because they don't have history. When you want to build a history, you have to have some type of collateral, like a house or an asset to put it in the bank. Then you start business, and then later on, that history will be incorporated in your credit scoring. But for those women entrepreneurs in Asia, actually, most of them, they don't have the asset in the first place. They just start the business. They cannot do it. And therefore, they are disadvantaged and they are underbanked. So from this perspective, we want to see some type of, can we change this? Can we improve it? Can we do something about it? This is actually question number 7 of this pre-class activity. Credit scoring, is it good in general? Is it a good rewarding system, not rewarding system? So there are 4 or 5 options. I want you to choose one and you argue. And when you argue, please, you bring your ideas, thoughts, and also make research and make a very good case. You have 200 words to do that. Now, if I share coming, for example, for the I brought you 3 videos and I want you to look at it. This one, for example, talking about the SMEs in Philippines, and the other is actually about those disadvantaged individuals in the personal loans. So you have 4 videos, including the explanatory video. I want you please to look at them. This one is a little bit long, I think, but it's very interesting, around 70 minutes or whatever, but it's very interesting. It comes like story or something. And the questions are actually interesting. This is the Excel file. The Excel files actually will be brought to you under this activity. So use the Excel files and answer the first 6 questions. The Excel files looks like this. For example, if I take Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, you will use only the rating, key financial, and balance sheet. I downloaded all this data from what we call Pitch Connect, which is the Pitch Solutions or Pitch Connect. This is a database by this agency. So in the rating, for example, here you will find Pitch rating, and you have Moody's. And when we say here the rating outlook is stable, then it's an A, and there was some questions about it. If you talk about Moody's, they will tell you outlook, then identity, STA. STA means stable. And this is, of course, good rating when we talk about corporations. And then you have the balance sheet. And the balance sheet, for example, if you talk about this, if I'm asking about the growth of the loans, you can see this is between 20 and 21. And if we talk about the key financials, I will talk usually, if I want to talk about the credit risk, I'm talking about the loan NPLs, now non-performing loans. And you have to understand whether this is improving or deteriorating over time. So there will be some questions about this. To conclude, I think I want you to, as I told you, to make some research and bring your thoughts and ideas in the issue. It's very important, especially when it comes to this disadvantaged groups like you and women entrepreneurs and others. The other thing is, this time, I will open the test from now until Sunday, the 24th, 11:55 p.m. So you don't have to have 1 day or 2 days. I will open it from now. So I suggest you look at it, you listen to the videos, you think about it all over the week. Maybe you want to ask questions or to send emails. And then when it comes time, when you have the right time, please, do it very fast. But you will see the questions and everything from now until the test is closed. This is the change I make this time. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best for this one. This one is very interesting, actually, and deal with a very, very current issue, and I hope it will be of some benefit to you when you go to the industry later on. Thank you, and bye-bye.